Today we're cooking a double smoked cranberry glazed ham on the Golden's cast iron grill. Stick around, let me show you how I do it. First thing we want to do to get started on our ham, we've got it out of the pack. I hadn't dried it off or anything. I'm not rubbing it down with anything. I'm not spraying it with nothing. It's still kind of wet. I'm going to get some of my competition rub on here. Now this rub is just a blend of savory and sweet spices. It does not have a lot of salt, does not have a lot of pepper, just a spridge, not much. This is just a good all-around rub. So I'm going to get this on here for a little bit of added flavor. Now this ham's already been smoked, and so we're just double smoking it and warming it up is all we're doing. Now we're going to make a glaze, a cranberry orange maple glaze that's going to go on this ham, and I know it's going to be good. Now, while it's cooking on my Golden's cast iron, I may spritz it with a little bit of apple juice, but that's about it. All right, now that we've got our ham seasoned, we want to get our Golden's cast iron grill fired up. We're using a little bit of royal oak lump charcoal and some tumbleweeds. Once we get a good fire burner in it, we're going to set the deflector plate in, put the grates in, close the lid, adjust the vents, and get our temp running to about 275 to 300 degrees, and then we're going to get our ham on. All right, we've got our Golden's cast iron grill settled in. It's a little above 300. I've got the vent choked way down there. We're going to get that down around 300, 275 to 300, but I'm going to go ahead and get this thing on. All right, our ham has been on an hour. Look at that. It's got a beautiful bark forming. I'm going to spritz it with a little bit of apple juice. Oh man, that's looking good. Now you want to get it spritzed with a little bit of apple juice and get the grill lid shut back and let it going. All right, the first thing we want to do to start making our ham glaze, I've got 1.5 cups of whole cranberries in my pot here. Now I'm going to take 1/2 cup of maple syrup. Use whatever maple syrup you like. This is one I found at Kroger, I do believe. So 1/2 cup of that. We're going to use about 1/2 of a can of regular cranberry sauce. Get in here and get that out. Yep, about 1/2 can there. And we're going to use about 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Now, I want to come back and knock down that acidity with a little bit of ground mustard. I'm going to use about 1 teaspoon of ground mustard. Looks about good. Now, I'm going to open up my ham glaze that comes with a ham here. And I'm going to use about 1/2 cup of it. Which is about half the bag. Now I'm going to get this on the eye and get it heated up, bust a few cranberries, and it's almost going to be time to glaze that ham. All right, now that we've got our glaze cooked down, you can see that some of the cranberries have popped, and the last thing we want to do is add a little bit of orange juice. So I've got a 5.5 ounce can here. I'm going to add about half of that, or about 3 ounces, whatever you prefer, just to thin it up a little bit. The little bit of acidity from the orange juice is going to help balance out the cranberry glaze to a really, really nice tartness. All right, our ham has been on at 2 hours. We're hitting the temps we need to hit. Remember, you only need to warm your ham up to about 140 degrees. So we're setting about 130 right now internally, and you can see our ham looks great. I'm gonna get it off, get it in a piece of cast iron, and get ready to glaze it up with our cranberry glaze. All right, we've got our ham off. We went ahead and put it in a piece of cast iron here, just so we didn't get glaze poured off all in the grill. So as you can see, I've got to get me a little nip of this. That is good. Now, I'm gonna take our cranberry glaze here and just kind of pour some over. And you wanna be careful not to get it everywhere like I'm getting it. You just wanna work it in all your ham here. Now, once we've got our cranberry glaze kind of smeared all over this ham, you know I'm gonna come back with a little bit of honey for the money. Just a spridge. Now, that's gonna take away a little bit of that more of that acidity and give it a little bit of flavor pop that, oh, it's gonna be so good. All right, now it's time to get it back over to our Golden's cast iron grill and let it kind of caramelize up for about 15 or 20 minutes, and this ham's gonna be ready to get into. All right, guys, just to talk about our ham a little bit and recap. I went to Costco, picked up a smoked ham already, spiral cut. I brought it home, cut it out of the pack, seasoned it with some of my competition rub, put it on my Golden's cast iron cooker between 275, 300 degrees with rolled oak lump charcoal. I let it cook for an hour, started spritzing it with apple juice, spritzed it at the hour mark and the hour and a half mark. I then, at about an hour and 50 minutes, pulled it off. It was hitting about 132, 133 degrees. Pulled it off, grabbed my cranberry glaze all over it, sprinkled it with a little bit of honey rub, and returned it on the pit for about 10 minutes. It's hitting 140 degrees. It looks good. There's only one thing left to do, and that's get in here and take a bite of it. So I'm gonna leave this intact, so I'm gonna carve it up for our holiday meal. But I'm gonna get in here and take a little bite of this, and this has got some of that glaze kind of left on top. Oh man. That is so good. It has this fruity caramelization, and the smoke that we got from that lump charcoal, it's got a really unique taste to it. I know that we're gonna enjoy it with our family during this holiday meal. If you like what we're doing, be sure to check us out. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Pinterest, and of course YouTube. I'll see you next week with another video.